The year is 2026 and you have already heard about Bitcoin, crypto through news, maybe a distant friend, movies, but you're still not exactly sure what to do about this information. Whether to buy Bitcoin or not, when to buy it, how to buy it, is it even legal in your country? If these are the questions that still gabble your mind, then you're in the right place at the right time. Stick around as I walk you through a very basic guide of how to invest into crypto, what should be your first steps, and if you've heard about the market, how to exactly enter it. Hi there, I am Varuni. For the last 6 years, I have helped crypto, Web3, and blockchain projects scale massively only through the power of content, storytelling, and branding. And with keeping up with crypto, I try to give you the most honest and brutal version of what exactly this space has to offer. So if you're planning to enter crypto in 2026, this is the exact guide you need to start investing. In today's video, I thought of looking at something which I struggled with the most when I came into this field back in 2019. To be honest, investing into crypto or Bitcoin is the very first step that you can take to increase your exposure to this particular sector. And trust me, there is a massive opportunity that lies ahead. So without further ado, let's start with the very basics of investing itself. The first thing that you need to do is allocate a reasonable amount to your investments. When investing in a newer asset or in a space that you don't know about, always start with something small, something that you can afford to lose. And while I don't mean that you're definitely going to lose this money, what I mean is that you need to put an amount or allocate a certain investment as per your understanding of the market. So always start with something very small. And once your money is already into the market, trust me, you'll have more knowledge and understanding about it. And then it'll be easier for you to play along with the market. Now that you've finally allocated some money into this new and very volatile asset class, it is important to look at the different options you have for investing into crypto. So usually for investing into stocks or any other traditional finance assets, there are multiple apps or brokers that you have. There are different brokers registered with different national governments across the globe. Almost every nation in today's world allows trading of cryptocurrency, which means it is legal in most of the countries, but it's best that you check out whether your country legalizes crypto or not, as well as what percentage of tax they levy on crypto gains. Before you start investing, it is absolutely important to do that. Once you've sorted out which platform you're going to use for investment, maybe you can just do a Google search and find out which cryptocurrency exchanges are active in your nation. As soon as you're done with that, you can register on that particular platform, do a KYC, and once you're good to go, I guess you will be able to start investing. Almost every cryptocurrency exchange lets you put in your fiat currency, which would mean that if you're in US, it would be US dollar, or euros if you're someplace in Europe. In India, it would be Indian rupee. So whichever fiat currency you have, you can connect your bank account to a particular cryptocurrency exchange and transfer the allocated amount that you've thought for investing into cryptocurrencies to this exchange. That's a simple method. Register yourselves on an exchange, put in your fiat on this platform, and simply start buying or trading. This was the number one step that gets you going, but the number two and one of the most crucial steps into investing into crypto has to be the structure of your portfolio, which means what all assets are you going to buy. Usually when beginners start in the crypto space, they try to go for assets that they can buy for pennies, maybe 1,000 cryptocurrencies or tokens that you can buy for mere pennies. A lot of people simply enter this space to make quick gains. That, however, is a pathetic strategy. What you should aim for is not quick gains, but rather exposure to this new market and sustained regular long-term gains. And that, I think, is the most ideal strategy of being into crypto. That said, whenever you start your investing journey in the cryptocurrency space, I would suggest that always start with the OG coin or the king crypto, which is sort of the king of the crypto market. I'm sure you've already heard about it. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the oldest, most prominent cryptocurrency in the market. To give you a perspective, the total cryptocurrency market cap is around 2.6 trillion US dollar, and from that, Bitcoin itself has a market cap of around 1.6 trillion US dollars. So this means that from the cryptocurrency market cap, half of it is just Bitcoin and the rest half is of course your stable coins as well as altcoins. I will talk about what these particular things are later in this video, so stick around for that. When people enter crypto, they try to go for petty cash or quick gains, and that is the biggest trap that you can fall for in the crypto space. Thus, Bitcoin is the way to go. In 2026, your crypto portfolio needs to be like a traditional stock investment portfolio. While the traditional strategy is 80-20, where 80% goes to blue chips, whereas the rest 20 goes into riskier assets, we are going to divide our portfolio, our crypto portfolio, in a little bit different way. We're going to go by a 70-20-10 portfolio, where 70% of the amount that you've allocated should go directly to Bitcoin, 20 to Ethereum, and the rest 10% to altcoins. However, if you're just starting out, I would suggest to go for an 80-20 strategy, where you invest 80% of the amount that you're investing in cryptocurrencies to Bitcoin and the rest 20% to Ethereum. Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency in the market, by the way. The reason I mentioned these two specific assets is because they have been in the market for long enough, they are trustworthy, and they're not going to make you go bust or bankrupt one day. In fact, a lot of banks, traditional family office venture capitals, as well as big firms across the globe already have exposure to these two cryptocurrencies. So I think this is a great entry point to the market. I will definitely make a separate video as to how to invest into altcoins. Any other coin other than Bitcoin is what we call an altcoin. And I think that's a separate rabbit hole and needs a long separate video altogether. So we'll talk about it some other time. But for now, let's stick to the Bitcoin Ethereum portfolio strategy. I think once you're on the platform, done investing in Ethereum and Bitcoin, the most crucial part about investing into crypto is security, safety, and the legality of it. I'm pretty sure that you've already heard about the n number of scams, rug pulls, or crimes, financial crimes that happen in this space, and it is extremely important to keep yourself safe, your money safe, while investing into this newer asset class. First things first, invest only through a trusted name. And when I say a trusted name, Google which are the top exchanges in your particular region. Whichever country you're from, there must be a registered exchange that got its registration from your national government and is now legally, ethically working in your country. Look for that and always invest through a legitimate cryptocurrency exchange. If I have to name a few, then I guess Binance and Coinbase are one of the oldest, longest running exchanges that we have. While investing, also keep in mind to always avoid trading either based on fear or panic or greed. You'll see a lot of people comment about crypto, tweets that say invest into this coin and you'll 100x your money or 1000x your money. That is never the way to go. So make sure that you do not trust any random trader on Telegram or a mere tweet that has got thousands of likes on X. Always do your own research if you're investing into any asset. Once you have your research thorough is when you can actually invest into it. The most basic thing to start off with would be either doing a Google search or using AI tools to understand which asset you're investing in. If you're a first-time investor, then I'm going to drop a quick prompt that you can use on any AI platform, and understand how to research on cryptocurrencies and when to invest. Another important thing when talking about security is avoid sharing your password for a cryptocurrency exchange with anyone. Also avoid keeping these passwords on your phone or laptop. What you can do instead is have a notepad, a physical notepad, and actually write your passwords there. Now that you've safely invested your money, unfortunately, you cannot keep it lying on the exchange. I would love to say that the money that's on the exchange is still yours, but anything that is not physically with you or in a secure wallet is actually never yours. And if an exchange goes bankrupt, then your money is practically stuck in that particular exchange. There have been a lot of cases in the cryptocurrency space where exchanges have gone bankrupt and the money that people had on those exchanges was frozen altogether. Now, while government does something, it's not a surety that you will get your money back. Not trying to scare anyone, but the best way to invest into cryptocurrencies is to take out part of the investment that you had initially put in at once you have made decent profits. Stay away from greed. Greed is what ruins most of the portfolios. So stay away from that. Once you've already withdrawn a bit of the money that you had invested, you can keep the rest on a particular exchange and watch your profits multiply. Talking about the best strategy for investing into crypto, and trust me, I've been in this space for almost 6 years now, investing and sometimes trading. The most boring, basic way of investing, which is dollar cost averaging, is what works best in the crypto space. The crypto market is violently volatile, and this means that you can see 50% gains in a single day or maybe a few hours, but you can also see 70-80% losses in a couple of minutes. So be prepared for anything in the crypto market, those massive gains that you hear about in the news or the bankrupt stories that you also see. Like I said, you need to stick to the most basic and boring yet effective strategy, which is dollar cost averaging. In simple terms, it means that you invest a given amount of money at certain intervals of time. This means that you can invest $10 or $25 or $100 every week or month or quarter. This means that you can beat the volatility while making decent profits in the market. Pick the easy route, I would say. Do not keep checking your portfolio again and again. Let it accumulate while the rest of the world still debates inflation. The last and the final mantra for being successful in the crypto market, and it's an amazing quote that I read somewhere which said that when the rest of the market is fearful, be greedy, and when the rest of the market is greedy, be fearful. It simply means that the right time to invest in an asset is not when it's already up and gaining. It is when an asset has lost some amount so that you can buy at relatively cheaper rates and then gain over time. Finally, if you're investing in crypto in 2026, let me tell you one thing, that you're definitely not an early investor, even though you like to think so. In fact, some of the biggest names in finance like Elon Musk, Donald Trump, BlackRock, Fidelity, all are already actively investing in crypto and increasing their exposure to this asset class. But for you and me, investing into crypto or any other new asset class has to be about detaching yourself from the traditional finance ways which are meant for retailers or normies like us to lose money. Detaching yourself from a system that is broken and placing yourself into a newer system that might help you make some more money. And that's a wrap on this video. I hope I was able to help you out if you're a first-time investor. And if you still have any questions around cryptocurrency, blockchain, anything Web3 related, feel free to drop it into the comments section. I have also left a couple of prompts that can make it easier for you to search on either AI or Google around how to help with investing into crypto or finding the right exchanges in your particular country. I'm also attaching links to free courses about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and AI in the description, so make sure to check those out. And if you're watching from different parts of the world, I'd love to hear about how the traditional finance and crypto situation is in your region. So let me know about that. I'll see you next time with another interesting video. But till then, keep yourself informed, stay updated, always do your own research. And lastly, none of what I say on these podcasts is financial advice. It's purely for education and entertainment purposes. Thank you so much. See you.